Hey my friend, this is Dave Sharp here. Welcome to this video. And over the course of the next couple of minutes, I'm actually going to tell you a really bizarre story that I think is going to not only make you laugh a little bit, but it's also going to teach you an important lesson about marketing and business that's absolutely transformed my business and thousands of other people that I've told this story to and have gotten their hands on this information. Back in 2011, in actually October, I went to an event with my now business partner. And he was called up on stage and started to kind of go through his presentation and talk to the crowd and do some teaching and provide some content. And at the end of the presentation, he made an offer to the audience. And never in my entire life, and I've even done a lot of speaking, obviously now spoke to crowds around the world, crowds of up to 5,000 people, it may be more by the time you see this video, have done hundreds of thousands of dollars in products, in sales from stage, have done tens of millions of dollars in sales from the internet. But what happened and what I witnessed this particular day was the most bizarre thing that I've ever seen happen from stage. Dave Wood, who's obviously my business partner and co-founder here at Empower Network, literally offered something for sale, a product at the end of his speech at this event back in October of 2011, right actually before we launched his company. And literally the majority of the room, and there was probably 600 to 800 people inside of this room, got up and he gave them 2 minutes to come to the front of the room and ran to the front of the room, not only filling out order forms, but literally throwing cash at Dave down from the front of the stage because they wanted so badly what he had to offer. Now, of course, Dave, and if you've ever seen him speak before, both of us, and pretty much everybody in Power Network, it's tank tops, it's flip-flops, it's no socks, right? But of course, Dave also had flip-flops, no socks, and a tank top, or at least a tattered shirt with armpit stains when he was speaking on this day back in October of 2011 as well. And that did not stop him, right? The look and how he essentially looked homeless. He looked like he couldn't afford to even, buy a decent shirt or a decent pair of pants, and he didn't wear shoes on stage, did not stop him from outselling everybody the entire event. Now, there was another event that I also witnessed something even entirely more bizarre, and that was an event that actually took place out in Las Vegas. And in this event, Dave had the very final speaking slot on Sunday, which for any event that you're offering something, doing some sort of a presentation and selling something at the end, is the absolute hardest slot to sell stuff in. And he went after one of our good friends who was talking about a financial product and kind of drilling in the financial collapse and how the zombies were coming and everything else. Love you, Mike. And had everybody in the audience scared literally the bejesus out of them. And I think their credit cards were literally cemented to their pockets. Well, Dave came up on stage after that, again, in another white t-shirt, yellow armpit stains, long curly hair, tattered pants, flip-flops, and took the flip-flops off during his presentation and outsold every single guru, every single suited up, clean-cut guru and business professional that hit the stage that entire weekend, and didn't just outsold them, but outsold them significantly. The question is how did he do that? How did he do that? How did he go from not only living in a van, but never really changing his appearance, never really updating his wardrobe, never really combing his hair, never really washing his shirts, never really wearing any sort of name brand designer jeans, and the majority of the time never even wearing shoes on stage, to outselling pretty much every other person of any event that he ever went to from stage every time that he offered a product? That's the question that I want you to ask yourself. And the answer is not usually one that most people get right. It has nothing to do with the results. It has nothing to do with where somebody's been in the past, what experience they have. It has everything to do with how they present their information and their ability to be able to influence and persuade the crowd to take action. And that all happens not in the mechanics of the pitch, not in the mechanics of the presentation or the marketing. It happens in the dynamics of the marketing. What Dave offered at that event in Las Vegas was essentially, and what everybody rushed to the stage to want to buy, was the opportunity to come down to his house in Costa Rica, actually a house that he rented. So it was a mix between his house and a house that he rented, 10,000 square foot mansion overlooking the most beautiful ocean view you've ever seen in your life, and essentially learn exactly how he did what he did on those stages. Also to learn and understand how he went from scratch, literally starting from zero, to building a business that's done now tens of millions of dollars in sales, impacted and influenced people all over the world, and literally generated now millions of leads from free strategies, while most people who are spending tens of thousands of dollars in advertising every month sit around and scratch their head and ask themselves, how in the hell is this guy doing what he's doing? Well, I was actually invited down. Dave picked up the phone, he called me, he said, hey Dave, would you like to come down and hang out at the event and also do some training at the event? And of course I said, yeah dude, I'd love to. I'd love to fly down and hang out for a couple of days and kind of, I was eager to learn, to be honest with you. So I went down, and a lot of times, of course, I was prepared to train and to do to break down a lot of my business as well to what we now call the Lucky 13. Hundreds of people applied to come down to this particular mastermind, but only 13 were accepted. And what happened when I went down there absolutely blew my mind, right? It's fascinating when you learn what the real secret is to somebody being able to have the type of success that they've had. When it's not anything that you ever guessed that it was, when it's not anything that you ever thought that it was, and you actually have an opportunity to be able to peer into somebody's mind, to look into their business, to literally as if you're sitting there working right beside them, and to understand what has been the defining factors inside of their business to help them get the results that they've got. So here's what I want to ask you is, what if you could, regardless of where you've been, regardless of where you're at right now, regardless of your appearance, right? Whether you're just an average Joe, just like me, just like, and again, I think a lot of times people see people on camera and they think, you know, this person's some magical guru genie who has all of these different secrets and all the, and the truth of the matter is that, you know, we put our pants on the same exact way that you do. The difference is what we know about people that gets them to take action, and we specifically structure our pitches and our marketing funnels and all of our marketing to influence and persuade people to do what we want them to do. That's the essence of good marketing, right? Is for somebody to see something and feel compelled to take action. So here's what I want you to ask yourself, is what if, regardless of where you've been, regardless of where you're at, regardless of how you look, regardless of what your experience is, your credentials, or even if you've gotten absolutely no results up until this point, what if you could understand the dynamics, the defining factors that you could use in your communication, whether that's from stage, whether that's in your email marketing or your copywriting, or whether that's literally just on video like I'm doing right now, that compels people to want to take action, that compels people to want to buy your products, that compels people to want to get started right now and get out their credit card and buy whatever it is that you're selling? That's the question that I want you to ask yourself, because that is the answer that is revealed in what we call the Costa Rica Intensive. And essentially what Dave did was he hired a film crew to film the entire mastermind in high definition recording. And essentially we've packaged that and delivered that in our back office membership area in 10 modules. And you literally have the ability and the opportunity to get your hands on a mastermind that I believe, in my mind, from my experience, is one of the most powerful masterminds that I've ever been to in my life, single-handedly, just because of what I learned when I was at this mastermind. Now, people who are at this mastermind over the course of the last couple of years have literally gone from, for example, Lawrence Tam, not believing it was possible to make $7,000 or $8,000 a month in his business, to now earning well over $1 million. Income disclaimer, okay? These results are not typical, so I don't want you to think that these are average earnings, because they're certainly not, but he's now earned over $1 million inside of his business over the course of the last 23, 24 months. There's been countless other people who are also at this particular mastermind who were newbies, brand new, had never got results before, who are now leaders in their specific niche, who are now top earners in their specific company. And my friend, the potential for you to be yourself, to not have to change your appearance, to not have to worry about where you've been in the past, but to learn some specific skills, very simple too in nature, and then apply them to the way that you communicate and the way that you influence people. You have the opportunity to make that change right now and to go out there and step into your power and become the leader and the marketer and the salesperson. And the cool thing is that you can learn how to sell without selling. You can learn how to get people to buy your products, to get out their credit card and make a decision to buy without having to go out there and be some cheesy used car salesman. The tactics, the strategies, the methods that you're going to learn are simple but powerful, and you have an opportunity to get your hands on them right now. There's a form below this video. All you've got to do is fill it out, one-time payment, my friends, and you'll have instant access to this entire course in your back office membership area. My friend, as a student of the game, as somebody who's a 9th grade dropout myself, somebody who has no credentials behind my name, somebody who was homeless for almost 10 years, had a drug addiction, a struggle with alcoholism, and who really had lots and lots of failures in my life, I'm a student of the game, especially marketing, especially business. When I see somebody who's doing something really bizarre and I cannot figure out how they're doing what they're doing, or if I just want to get the results that they're getting inside of my business, that they're getting in their business, I am all ears. And this is probably one of the single-handed most important things that I've done over the course of the last couple of years that's allowed me to become as successful as I've become. Single-handedly, the one thing that I give credit to is tapping in and modeling what successful people do. You have the opportunity right now to model one of the most successful marketers that's ever walked this earth. And my friend, this information, and I put my stamp of approval on it, and my guarantee will absolutely transform your business in a way that I don't even know if you know is possible right now. This information is so advanced and so powerful, you are literally going to not only have in your fingers information that will allow you to just double, triple, maybe even quadruple your business immediately when you apply it, but also become the leader and the marketer that you were meant to be. There's a form below this video. Fill it out. I'm excited for you. I want to hear your feedback, and I want to see you on stage or wherever you apply this information in your business. I want to hear about the results. I'm pumped for you, my friend. Fill out the form, and I'll see you here in the back office. Peace.